The sun rose behind a veil of soft, pastel clouds, casting golden ripples across the restless sea. For the boy, waking up on coarse, unfamiliar sand, the world felt silent, eerie, and still. He remembered the chaos of the storm, harsh winds howling, the sky split by zigzags of lightning, and the sensation of being tossed, helpless, into fathomless water. Now, in the fragile hush of dawn, he found himself shipwrecked, alone and stranded on a stretch of land he had never seen on any map or heard of in any story. He stood slowly, brushing sand from his clothes, surveying the endless green sweep of jungle behind him and the frothy promise of the waves ahead. The air was fresh, tinged with the scent of unfamiliar flowers and brine. Hungry, thirsty, and aching in every joint, the boy instinctively searched for food and water. He considered gathering coconuts or venturing for fresh springs in the forest. Yet something inside him hesitated. He was tired. Perhaps, after a short rest, he would feel ready to explore. He settled beneath the shade of a palm and whispered aloud, "I'll look for food tomorrow." As the hours unfurled, the boy huddled in the shadow, letting dreams of rescue and relief drift through his thoughts. When the warm glow of afternoon sun fell upon his face, he remembered his stomach's empty ache. Surely he ought to forage for food, to build a shelter, to signal for help. Each time the urge to act pricked at his mind, a languid comfort pulled him back. Maybe later, he told himself. There was always tomorrow. The next morning, the sun again crept over the horizon, waking the boy with its gentle touch. His hunger gnawed sharper than before, and his throat was parched. Today was the day, he resolved, to search for food and water, to figure out what he needed to survive. He made plans for every step, climb the nearest rise to survey the island, find a freshwater stream, collect wild fruit. Yet each task seemed somehow pushed away. An invisible pressure lulled him, urging him to postpone, wait for a better moment, let things settle, let time pass. For some reason, each time he thought, today, his thoughts transformed almost imperceptibly to tomorrow. Morning drifted into noon, and then into the shadows of evening. Each time he tried to rise, make a choice, take a step, he was met by a strange resistance, as if the very air of the island whispered, "Not now. Rest. Wait. Tomorrow." He found himself caught in a net of inaction, unable to break free, his hands motionless, his will blunted. As the days stacked one upon the next, the boy began to lose count. The sun rose. He made lists in his mind, dreams of rescue or escape that grew more elaborate and ambitious each time he contemplated them. He would build a raft, explore every corner of the island, signal any passing ship. But every idea ran aground in the same way, always postponed, always delayed, always redirected toward a future that never seemed to arrive. "I'll do it tomorrow," he would mutter, each promise as hollow as the one before. Stranger still was the island itself. The trees never bore fruit, but the promise of unripe sweetness hung just a day away. When he pressed deeper into the forest searching for water, he followed the sound of burbling streams only to find the ground dry. Often he would see clouds gather overhead, hear the distant roll of thunder, and believe that rain was imminent, that the island would soon awaken to wash away his thirst. Always tomorrow, never today. He tried to mark time in the sand, scratching symbols for each morning that he awoke, but they blurred, erased by the tides before he could finish even the first row. On this strange island, time itself seemed to twist and slip away, everything always on the verge of happening, always about to change, never changing at all. Days became weeks, or perhaps only felt that way. The boy's clothes grew loose, his body gaunt. His thoughts wandered to the world he had left behind, to the endless days wasted by postponement and procrastination. He remembered the assignments he had delayed, the adventures he had never begun, the dreams he had always thought to pursue someday. Now, trapped here, Every day's hope flitted away in the mirage of tomorrow. One evening, as the sky blazed with the dying light of sunset, the boy, weary and desperate, cried out into the empty dusk. Why? Why can I never do anything? Why can I never start? The island offered only silence at first. Then, if he listened closely, he thought he could hear a faint, breathy echo in the wind, an answer as soft as the shifting leaves. Here, dreams wait for tomorrow, but tomorrow never comes unless you make it yours today. A slow realization dawned within him. The pain of unfulfilled plans, the ache of endless waiting. The island was not a prison of sand or trees, but a trap of mind and habit. Surviving here demanded more than patience, it demanded action. This island, in all its beauty and strangeness, was a reflection of the dangers of delay, the slow poison of postponed intention. Weak but determined, the boy forced himself to his feet. The inertia clung to him, but he battled onward. Each step felt difficult, as if wading through deep water, but he kept moving, pushing through the resistance. He broke off a branch, sharpened it to a point, and with trembling hands pried open a green coconut found beneath the palms. The water inside was bitter, not quite ripe, and the flesh tough, but it gave him strength. Later, he wrestled stones into place, arranging them to spell a large help on the open sand. Laboring through fatigue, his body protested, and the old voice whispered again, "Wait, do this tomorrow." But he pressed on, whispering a new mantra. Today, now. With every act, no matter how small, the strange enchantment weakened. The fruit turned ripe above his head. The spring bubbled to the surface. Clouds gathered, and this time the rain fell. Soft, cool drops that soaked his hair and skin and quenched his thirst. On the horizon, a ship's silhouette appeared against the blushing sky, as if summoned not by wishes, but by the stubborn will to do, to act, to seize the promise of now. The lesson was branded forever into his heart. To wait is to invite stagnation, to be trapped in a cycle without end. It is only in action, however daunting, however imperfect, that the island of endless tomorrows gives way to the hope of today. And as he watched the boat draw closer, the boy understood. The path home and the world beyond belonged to those who dared to begin at this very moment, before the promise of tomorrow could steal the chance away forever.